Yeah. And you're live with the Jones Hour, ladies and gentlemen.
Facts.
Myself and Acid,
The one and
producer.
only.
And I am with the illustrious man himself.
Talk to him.
So nice you got to say his name twice.
Facts.
The one and
Jonesy.
only. Jonesy two times.
Those lessons. What up, yo?
We born to die.
Oh, appreciate you, man. We back. We back, baby. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. Oh yeah. We've been waiting. Shout out everybody that's fucking with us. Shout out everybody that's tuning in. Let's get right into it, right?
Yeah.
Should we? I think we have to. You see us Knicks out, man. We here, man. We ready. But I think we have to cover the game 7 before we start going into this finals preview. You know what I mean?
All right.
So,
Let's get right into it.
Yeah, last night.
I mean, we all saw the results and what ended up happening. Spurs ended up coming out victorious over the OKC Thunder.
111-103.
Pretty much having the control almost all the way through. I would say for the final 3 quarters, it was in the bag for them.
OKC. The first quarter, after seeing the first quarter, I kind of felt like Thunder was nervous. They was playing nervous. They was playing a little scared. You know what I mean? And the Spurs was ready. They came out swinging. I think at the end of the first quarter, it was like 32-25. You know what I mean? But then when you get to the halftime, OKC answers back. I think they have the lead by 1. I believe it's like 54-53 or something like that at halftime.
At halftime, the Spurs were up by 3 at the half.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you know, that was like towards the end, like 2 quick baskets or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
OKC
like had a little lead. They had a lead for a second. You know what I mean?
For a second. But it seemed as if the Spurs pretty much locked it down. dominated. Yeah, we did see Shea just put the game on his back for most of the game, putting in that work, and then also
Uh-huh.
we ended up seeing Chet completely just disappear
Oh
and
yeah.
turn just shrivel up, just completely turn into nothing.
Yeah.
Invisible man. I'm out
4 points, 4 rebounds.
just
That
being
was
a
it.
wall.
Yeah.
And I think that was the breaker right there. That was the breaker to OKC Thunder. No Jalen Williams, and
Yeah.
no Chet showing up. You're not going to get a W that way.
Yeah.
And we could have easily seen. I think we could have easily seen a Thunder victory and the Thunder going to the finals if Chet just showed up slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I said I feel like they were scared. They was nervous. You know what I mean? They got that first I think that first quarter was the initial punch in the mouth. I think that first half was maybe like a little bit of like oh no, we could stand with y'all,
Uh-huh.
but that's where it ended for them. You know, they never really took control. And then it was like, you know, what the game seven, when you realize what yesterday was, is like that's what you play the whole regular season for.
No.
You know, you battle the whole regular season so that in the event of a game seven to either get to the next round or get to the finals, like it is for this time, you're at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Thunder did that. You know, that's why it was kind of hard to even pick the Spurs, you know, going into the game prior. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, OKC is at home. They're supposed to, you know, handle business, you know, not like what we seen the game before in San Antonio, you know? But they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They did
And you
not.
know,
They did
shout out
not
to
show up.
this. Yeah, shout out to the
I
Spurs, man. And
I
Wemby.
really I don't I personally think that the Spurs did not win that game. I think that the Thunder lost that game.
That's a good perspective to have.
That's the way I look at it. I think that the Thunder could have won that game, could have won this series, put it
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you said, you know, when it comes down to Chet, I think first of all, I think they have a vendetta against each other.
Yeah, Chet and Wemby,
Um,
they have history from teenagers in the Olympics type shit. You
yeah.
know what I mean? With
So
France and the US.
I think I listen, I think that Wemby has his own personal grudge against that kid. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like I think like if anybody was on the floor that he hated the most, it's probably Chet. Um and I don't think Chet showed up for this series. I think he shriveled up. He, you know, like I don't want to say it, but like dude kind of ended up being bitch made with it, you know?
Uh-huh.
Um and I don't think that this you know helps his image. I mean, he could come back super strong next year, but dog, like you had the chance to go back to back finals and you shriveled up.
Yeah, yeah, you frailed up. Shout out to the IG, my man Josh. You know, Wemby, second coming of Duncan. This is what they do. You know what I mean? Uh and building that dynasty starts with the center. You know what I mean? A good center like they did with Duncan. Now they have it with Wemby. So I mean, that's where you know, San Antonio, like, I mean, back against the wall. Like you got to give them credit, bro. Back
Mm-hmm.
against the wall in a hostile environment in the enemy territory. You know what I mean? You stood tall. You handled business. You did what needed to be done. You know, and again, my hats off to them. They're not going to be an easy team to beat. You know what I mean?
No, they're not.
They're not. You know what I mean? Like they have this. Oh man, I don't know how you would call it, but like this blind, you know, competitiveness. You know what I mean? Where they don't know where they're wrong at. You know what I mean? They just show up and do it. And that's what it comes, you know, with young guys. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That don't know no better, you know? Uh Castle, Wemby, Dylan Harper, Vassell. You know what I mean? They got a young little core right there. But OKC in New York, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I listen, I look at it the same way. I don't fear neither of these teams. You
Not me
know,
neither.
the way that we're playing right now, I do not fear either of these teams.
Nah.
Both of these teams have reasons why I did not fear them.
Mm-hmm.
If we ended up getting the Thunder without Jalen Williams, I'm not fearing the Thunder without Jalen Williams.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they was beat up. They was
That's
already limping into it. They
that's
was
their
already limping
two.
into it.
That's their fucking two. They're missing their two. You know, you can't sit there and say Caruso is going to be the fucking two. You know, you can't sit there and say
Facts.
that Hartenstein's going to be your fucking two going
Yeah.
against the Knicks. You can't say that.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so I did not fear them. You know, whereas Wemby, you got a freak of fucking nature, all right, and then you have two highly talented athletes, all right, and fucking Castle and what's the other kid, the other youngin.
Castle, I just told you, Dylan Harper, Vassell,
Yeah, Vassell. So
Vassell. And they
You have
got De'Aaron
Castle and
Fox too.
Vassell, and yeah, I'm not gonna forget. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is De'Aaron Fox. Like we've had large questions about De'Aaron Fox throughout, you know, for the last couple of seasons on where or what quality or tier of player he would even rank in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, given the circumstances, given the times and the places that he's been, and he has shown up short. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah,
so
I think he fits in good with the Spurs because he's not being asked to be the man. You know what I mean? I think Castle's athleticism is the reason why he's ahead of him. You know what I mean? We've seen him dunk it on I think it was Hartenstein on the putback. Like
mm-hmm.
that shit was crazy. You know, I think that might have been game 5 or something like that.
Yeah,
Or game 6, but it was disrespectful the way he did that. You know what I mean?
yeah, and listen, and on the opposite end, like that, he's the main reason why I don't fear the Spurs. You
Right.
know, like I view, listen, Brunson is our centerpiece. You know,
Mhm.
we could play through Cat, but no matter what, Brunson's our centerpiece. Brunson's the best player on our fucking team,
Yeah. Well,
right or
now
wrong.
like
And we're going against a one and De'Aaron Fox. I'd rather go against a one in De'Aaron Fox than a one in Shea.
yeah. Yeah, I think let's do the preview now.
Okay.
Let's just start getting into there now. You know what I mean? Uh I guess shout out Thunder. You had a good season, but you fell short. Spurs, they did their thing. But I think the I want to get into the reasons why we win. Um One, obviously the rest. You know what I mean? They just had to fight 7 games. They're only gonna get 3 days off. And the good thing about the Spurs, it being the Spurs, is like even though you won, but you still have to travel from OKC to San Antonio. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now that's like a day of travel that's hindering your recovery time. And where Wemby is the man, I'm not saying Wemby is not the man. I think we're catching them young. You know what I mean? The difference between 99 is that Duncan still had the Robinson leadership, still had like an Avery Johnson on the team, still had some of these guys that were there that already had mad years in the league to do
100%.
that. You know what I mean? This
100%.
Spurs
100%.
team is very young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that inexperience is what's going to carry the Knicks. You know what I mean? We're not as young as a team, but like, our experiences are about the same, more or less. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like,
I
none of
look
us
at
has
it.
really been to the finals yet.
I look at it like right now we got Cat in his prime.
Yeah. No, and I say that because also the Garden is a different animal. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm not taking away anything from the OKC fans or whatever it is, but when I see it, dog, the Garden, it's hard to play there, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to win there. It's hard to come in and shut us the fuck up. It's hard to shut the fans up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And whereas if it's the same situation at the end of the game and the Spurs need a basket and that fucking Garden is ruckus on a fucking 1,000, I think that's gonna fuck with their nerves. I think that's gonna be one of the deciding factors as to why they don't win and they don't beat us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the rest, the inexperience, and just their lack of their lack of experience because they're so young. You know what I mean? And and if we're still playing the way we are, bro, I mean, up until this point, we have historical numbers. There hasn't been one team that's been able to do. I mean, what I don't know if y'all seen Mike Greenberg. I shared it on the IG, and if you follow the Jones Hour, make sure you do that and subscribe to the YouTube as well. But Mike Greenberg, a ESPN analysts broke it down. We're talking about the 89-90 Lakers. This is Magic and Kareem. We're talking about the 99 Spurs, with Duncan and them. We're talking about the 01 Lakers, that's Kobe and Shaq. And when we're talking about the 17 Warriors, that's KD and Steph. You know what I mean? So those are the only teams in history that have done exactly what the Knicks have done right now. You know what I mean? Every single one of them went on to win the chip. You know what I mean? I don't put it past us not doing that, dog. I think this game one is really gonna set the tone. I think obviously we could run into some rust again like we did the previous series. Obviously it'll be a little bit different. I will be on the road for the game one as opposed to at home and whatnot. But I think defense carries us, man. I think the defense carries us. And Brown, bro. Mike Brown. As long as Mike Brown continues to make the right calls in the moment in terms of calling on a Landry damn it, Shamit, Landry Shamit, you know what I mean? A Josh Hart. Go ahead. You want to leave him open? Leave him open at the top of the key. I dare you. I dare you. You know what I mean? A Deuce McBride who's just been banging threes on the corner. You know what I mean? Cat, Jalen Brunson, the whole squad. It's no one person that
Yeah,
pinpoint. That's like,
I can see
oh,
Mike Brown
if
even.
you shut this guy down, we're gonna lose. No, it's not been that at all, bro.
Yeah,
It's not been that.
I can also see him playing Jeremy for the first time this postseason.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? He's got a uh
He knows their
he practiced,
plays.
yeah, he practiced with them almost half the season. He knows,
He knows their
certain
plays, bro.
players, yeah, certain players,
He knows tendencies. He
habits,
knows
yeah,
their
tendencies,
plays.
exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why we picked him up was for this very moment. You know what I mean? Because he
Yeah.
hasn't really gotten any burn.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
But
I could see him. I could see him in the back with his fucking accent, his Australian accent, dog. Like I could see him in the back, just sitting there, like with the whiteboard in front of the
yeah,
whiteboard, and that's just his whole purpose. Is like literally like fucking like he's just sitting there breaking down, like with the fucking Australian accent and shit. Like, oh, then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and blah blah. But Pop says, you know what I mean?
yeah. Shout out again, Josh. Appreciate you on the live on the IG and shit like that. New comment. Only thing we coming off is that we coming off a lot of us. They're coming off rhythm, but they could be tired. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be full blast Knicks on 1,000 miles per hour. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah.
And that's what I think is coming. That is what you've seen in the past dictate why all of those teams have won, because that 11, 12 game winning streak that you're going on, you have sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple sweeps in order for that to happen. You know what I mean? You don't just win that many games in a row and not advance that quickly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when we've seen it in those other games, like if you go back to the 01 Lakers, you know what I mean? That's when they played Philly. Game one, probably because of that long time off and Iverson was in his crazy bag, they won that game. He stepped over Derek Fisher. Everybody knows the play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after that, it was a wrap. There was
Yeah.
no real competitive game left in the series. It was just straight dominance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I look at it, dog. Like it's very similar. You are right. Very, very, very similar. I don't think they have enough pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's
They
like
don't. They don't have our depth.
Yeah, when I say that enough pieces, and I say that Mike Brown thing, like that could really be the deciding factor. You know what I mean? I mean, also, we heard the Mitch Robinson injury, the broken pinky,
Yes.
surgery done, plan to play. If he was a shooter, I'd be worried. but he's not.
Yes. Yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
totally.
Like
You know?
when you hear it, it's like that type of injury. It really affects the shooter because that pinky on the guide hand or whatever it is, really, pushes the ball and whatnot. He's not a shooter though.
The only detriment it gives to
Excuse
us
me.
is the whole hack-a-mitch.
Yeah.
But when you are sitting there and you are even speculating a hack-a-mitch on a team with not much depth in the first place, all
Yeah.
right, bringing up that concept would put them in a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, because like there was teams out, there was other people that I spoke about like prior to this, like, oh, it's a problem or anything like that. I'm like, no, Brown handled it perfectly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You bring the first quarter. We know Mitch doesn't usually pay the first quarter. I think we've seen that. I think we understand that. Unless there's a foul trouble situation, he doesn't really get a lot of burn in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the second quarter, especially early in 10 minutes left in the second quarter, he's in the game usually.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's like, are you really going to start the hack and Mitch now? I dare you. I dare you. I'd leave him in there and eat the first 5 fouls. I would not even care. Like, all right, Mitch, if you get 5 fouls, that's 10 free throws. If you hit 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, okay, I'll take it. But now it's 9 minutes left in the fucking half or the quarter of whatever it is, and you're already in the bonus.
Yeah.
That means every time you take it to the rack, it's free throws. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
and
poison. Pick your poison. Do that. And then as soon as you're in the bonus, I'll take Mitch out.
Yep. Take him out. Throw fucking Cat in. Make sure Brunson's in. Hart's in.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the big man. I wouldn't be surprised if we also see Huck Porty in this because.
Oh yeah, dog.
Because of what Wemby is. You know what I mean? So because he's this like unicorn alien big man that he is, we're gonna need to throw different people at him. You know what I mean? Let Cat guard him. Let this guy guard him. Let the other guy guard him. You know what I mean? Like we have to be on that type of range where it's like, why are we not making it as difficult for Wemby as possible? They're literally their best player, and not for nothing, Spurs go as much as Wemby goes. You know what I mean? Yeah, get him Wemby in foul trouble too. That's a key also. Why not? If you get him into foul trouble and now it's first quarter, he got 2 fouls. Now he's sitting to the second. If he gets a third foul, he's sitting till halftime.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
And I think the matchup with him and Cat going into this is a plus side to us. You're talking about we got a big that sits on top of the key. So like it basically stretches the floor, takes him out of the paint entirely most of the game, and if you literally have him,
we hope that because
absolutely, but it basically, if you don't, then it puts them, it's a detriment to them. But then you're leaving Cat wide open, and then
in order for that to happen, Cat has to take advantage though.
Oh
you understand? We can't have Cat and being guarded by a Tobias Harris type of player on that team, and he's getting manhandled.
I think from that. Listen, we've had many games since that game, okay, and he has proven, all right, that since they've ran the offense through him, since we've ran the offense through him since that series, we've been fucking crushing. So like I'm not gonna take it away from Cat. If Cat wants to turn into Jokic this postseason, let him turn into fucking Jokic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, dog. And it's quite obvious too. Like, listen, Brunson's able to live in that system.
Word.
Which is shout out to Brunson for not completely.
It's better for him. It's better for him.
Being completely off ball. It makes way more sense for him. And then not only that, you could put him in a more or less like a fucking Steph Curry type of situation where the dude is literally just rotating on the floor looking for, plays and shooting threes. Like that's what you want.
Yeah. And you know what? We got Mike Brown. But these adjustments is why Tibbs lost his job. You know what I mean? These adjustments that he's done, the willingness to trust your other players, the willingness to give other players an opportunity to show up and show out in particular moments throughout this playoff run is the reason why we're here right now.
100%.
Tibbs would have never did this. Tibbs would have never gave people the opportunity. Tibbs would have never did this, and that's why even taking the ball out of Brunson's hands, you know what I mean, in terms of running the offense and bringing up the ball, like we see a lot more. Oh, and fucking Bridges too, man. Like, let's be real. If this leads to a chip, nobody cares about those 5 first-round picks no more. Those 5 first-round picks, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Especially with the way how Bridges has been playing. How Bridges has been playing in these playoffs. Pardon me. I'm getting over this cold/allergies in the moment. So if I sound a little fucked up, I apologize. But like Bridges, the Bridges that we're getting in the playoffs right now is the Bridges we were looking to sign when we made the move. You know what I mean? This type of player, this efficiency. I mean, he made 69 out of his 100 shots.
Yeah.
He was literally 69 out of 100. They showed it on the fucking screen. I mean, he's been out of this world. His mid-range is like on the level of like Sean Livingston. Remember Livingston and shit like that? He was the best mid-range shooter ever and shit like that. He's on that level. He's taking it to the rack, like doing things like, oh, you don't think I could bang it on you? I'm gonna bang it on you. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't think I can hit this shot? I'm going to hit this shot. You know what I mean?
Which, by the way, was on the last team that to do what we're doing. You know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like if
and
I'll take that
finals experience. He was
I'll take that
when they played Milwaukee when Giannis won. Yeah,
I'll take a fucking Iron Man version of Sean Livingston. You know what I mean? Like I'll take that shit.
Yeah, no excuse. You're right. No excuse, man. Yep, he has to. Bridges has to perform.
Yeah,
I'm going off the IG. Appreciate everybody on the IG love.
Good,
you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make sure that they're doing it. You know what I mean? Also, you know we live, man. So we like the interaction. We could if you want to flash the number, we could put the number up. If anybody want to call in, that's up to you, and for the show or not. But like it's game time, man. I'm so locked in. We so ready, bro. I can't wait for Wednesday. And another stat that is not sports related, but to show you how much the Knicks mean to this city. Crime has gone down every time the Knicks is on in the city, bro. Like a 78% decrease in crime. So it's like even the gangbangers and shit is like, oh wait, hold on, bro. I know I was supposed to beef with you, but we gotta wait 3 hours and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the Knicks is on right now. You know what I mean? There's no traffic. There's no fucking car accidents. There's no nothing. Everybody's where they at. Everybody's where they need to be at when this game is on. Yep. And the Knicks, the defense has really been the catalyst. The defense has really been the undertone in setting it. You know what I mean? Because we even seen that in this last series when we played now who we just swept. I can't even believe it. Not the 76ers.
Right? You see, like
the Cavs. When we played the Cavs. Because with that, after that long break, and they went to their 7 games, and we came in that first game, like they had us against the wall. They was up 22 with the fucking 8 minutes left and whatnot. And you could tell a lot of that was rust. You know what I mean? It was rust and whatnot. But that first half, the defense is what kept us into it. You know what I mean? They got hot, but they wasn't able to, seal the deal. And that was their fault. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But we here, baby. We here, man. Numbers on the screen, man. If you want to call us up, you already know. Talk that Knicks shit. Let me know what's going on, how you feel, any predictions, anything Knicks related in the moment. How do you think the series ends? How many games, Ant?
I wish we got a sweep. I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but listen, history repeats itself. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was already on the comment on IG. History repeats itself. Go ahead.
We're not reliving our last championship. All right. This shit's going the opposite way. All right. And if you want to bring it back to that Sixers series, I say Knicks in 5. All right. Complete domination. They might win the second game. Okay, but
in
I do
San
not.
Antonio.
Yeah, I do
Mm,
not see them winning the series at all. I give them the
nah.
second game. In my
Mhm.
head, I give them the second game.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
Mm,
that's that's their one little glimpse of redemption where everyone gets loud and they're like woo 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 with their fucking zero
mm,
swagless asses. Like it's the least swagless. It's basically the swagless team. That they're the
mhm.
fucking Karens of the league. All
Yeah.
right. um, they're nuns. All these people are like being all happy and shit and
Yeah.
yada
Fuck
yada
out of here.
yada. And then
Yeah.
it
Save
comes
it.
back and then it comes back over here and then it's New York time, baby. All
Yeah.
right. Then we
Mm,
that narrative is gone. We get the game 3, we get game 4. Series is in a bag. We go over there, we win the series in their home court. All right, this time. All right, and we put them
mm.
away.
Yeah. 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 I agree with that. I could also see it going 6. You know what it is? I think because we're on the streak that we're on, it's gonna take a a an a super performance by the Spurs to actually get us off of this grind that we've been on. You know what I mean? I think that we haven't lost for so because we haven't lost in so long. We don't even know what that feels like. You know what I mean? And um, in order for the Spurs to do that, I think they need to play almost a perfect game. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think their inexperience won't allow them to do that. You know, there was a lot like if you've seen it in this Thunder series, you know what they did have a bunch of empty possessions. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You're not gonna be able to do that with the way we've been playing. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
No,
You're not
that
gonna be able
listen.
to go 3, 4, 5 possessions in a row, even if you played good defense on the other side and not even get a quality shot out of it and fumble the ball or do whatever it is and not expect that we're not gonna capitalize on your shit, on your fuck up. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like the inexperience is in. And not only that, like we need it now because of what like Josh was saying, the future of what Wemby is going to be. Because I see him being Tim Duncan, not in like best power forward of all time, but I mean like MVPs. They'll win 5 rings in the next 12 years or whatever. You know what I mean? I could see that happening like no problem. You know what I mean? After whatever happens this year when they lose, they might make an adjustment to obviously try to fit another piece around Wemby that's going to be able to you know mesh with him or match his energy and not ever be so heavily reliant like I was seeing with SGA. You know what I mean? Like once HGA was like the only one, it was over. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, no, I listen, I totally agree. I look
Yeah,
at it.
SGA like he did his thing. You're not gonna deny that, but there was nobody else really. You know what I
They
mean? And I think that
listen,
was where
the
that's where it
Thunder
fucked up at.
the Thunder look completely diminished at
No,
the end of
after the
last
first
night.
quarter, after the first quarter, they was done.
You
I
know,
was watching it. Shout out to Rev. Shout out to Marvelous. It was their birthday. We had a bunch of March birthdays. We had Bitcoin Bag's birthday. We had Wisdom birthday. We had Antacid birthday. May is a popping month. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that had birthdays this month. But we was in the barbershop, Q Borough Cuts, 9506 89th Street. Come through Ozone Park, 11416. Get that cut, shit like that. But the game was on. We had the barbecue celebration. But once I seen that first quarter, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Once I seen it was losing, it's a wrap. You know, you're not supposed to come out at home, game 7 in the first quarter and be losing. You know what I mean? And that's what it was.
yeah,
Chet gotta be a bitch. Forget putting weight on and get stronger. You just need a man up. You know what I mean?
yeah, that was a mental thing.
Yeah,
Clearly a fucking mental thing.
that's
You
100.
know, but also like completely dictating, like when you do that, you're basically saying this team ain't shit without me. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if anything, it's disrespect to Shea. You
Right.
know, like I look at it like when one dude is given 100 and fucking bajillion%, all right, and you got the other guy pissing in his pants. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's disrespectful to the guy. You know, like it's not even like a mental thing. Like, oh my god, is he okay? Like, you need to get out
Yeah.
of your head. Blah blah blah. Like, no, like, bro, you fucking up Shea right now. You
Yep.
know, like
Yep.
I'll be surprised if you hear next season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like just saying.
You
You know.
you you're not wrong, my G.
But in general though, like neither team, like I look at it like this, okay? The Spurs don't. Neither team had enough pieces to go against us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why
neither
I wasn't worried.
squad,
Yep.
neither squad. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and there's steps to this. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
there's steps to this shit. We put in work the last 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, getting into the playoffs, making runs. All right, getting injured, fucking completely pushing game sevens. You know, having like miracle shots. You know what I mean? Like, and we're here. You know,
Yeah.
the Spurs don't got that.
Yeah, that's what I
You
said.
know,
Like
that
this is
squad
why
don't got
this is
that.
why it's so important for us to win now, man. Because the more
100%.
experience and that they get, more I guess that's just it. The experience, you know what I mean? That they get, they're gonna be harder to beat. You know what I mean? They're gonna know what it takes. You know what I mean? The fact that basically none of the teams know what it takes because no one has really been here except for like Mikhail Bridges. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anybody else on either team. I mean, I would have to don't quote me on that, that I forgot one player or something like that. But besides him, I don't know who else has actual finals experience. You know what I mean? So I think it's
Yeah,
in the bag for us. I don't maybe that's just blind fandom. You know what I mean? Like the diehard of the Knicks. You know what I mean? Even the city, bro. The city is on fire. There's not one person like if you're not like walking by and wearing some sort of Knicks gear or one of the new final shits, a fire jersey. Everybody is here like, oh, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks. Everybody's like that, man. It's like we're one. You know what I mean? It's not
hmm
the Mets, Yankees, Giants, Jets, Rangers, Islanders. It's none of that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? All of those, both sides of those 6 teams fandoms come together for the Knicks. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, it's
And it's
100%.
bonkers, bro. It's bonkers. I just wish, I as like I'm torn. I wish I had enough bread to buy a ticket to go. But then I was kind of like, damn, I wish I was that underprivileged where I could actually qualify for one of the tickets that they was giving out for fucking for Dolan giving out like 500 tickets, you know what I mean, to games, for fucking underprivileged people and families and shit like that in the city. I was like, damn, but what an experience is gonna be, man. Fucking
Yeah,
27 years, man. It's a fucking long ass time.
you know what? I really I wish that would be a dream come true.
Yeah, hell
But
yeah.
let's be real. I didn't even look at the prices. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
no, I did. No, I
you
did.
did,
Oh,
you
I
did.
did, nigga. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
What was the number? 4 or was it
Like
5 digits?
6,000 just for like
Ay,
trying to get in. You know what I mean? 4 or 5,000 just like maybe nosebleeds type shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I'm good on that.
Those are the type of values that we're talking about for regular season, and you're not even in the front row, dog. You know what I mean? Like 10,000 puts you next to Spike Lee in January 13th game or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
now fucking 6,000 just get you in the nosebleed and type shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Nah.
it's
Yeah.
different.
I'm
It's
good.
different. Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
good.
good too. That's too rich for me. I don't know what I'm gonna tell my landlord after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Word.
like
So,
I'm not gonna have to run for I'm not gonna have to rent for the next 2 months. But like, fucking
yo,
Knicks and 6, dog. You know what I
yo,
mean?
I got ill ass pictures, bro.
Word. I try to crop you in if you want, dog. You know what I mean? Send me a flick. I got you.
We can
Word.
hang it on the wall downstairs.
Yeah,
We can
you know
both
what I
say
mean?
we're there.
Word. Make it a flag and put it in the right in front of the house and shit. You know what I mean? Facts. But yeah, man, it's fire, man.
So
Nick.
what's the number? Did you say the number? Nixon what?
Oh, I think I'm with you with the 5. I think Knicks in 5.
Nixon 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 6, only because I don't know. I don't know. Word, you should, Shout, he from he a Bronx cat, uptown from out here, but he live in Texas right now. You know what I mean?
All
So
right, bro. We need you to go in there and sabotage some shit. All
word,
right, like we need you to be like on the ground, making moves, all right, being proactive about this shit right
Yeah,
now,
now
all right?
we need you to put laxatives in their DoorDash or some
Double
shit. You know
double
what I
agent,
mean?
bro. Double
Yeah.
agent. All
Hell
right.
yeah. I like how they
Some
said the
double O
Jazz.
seven shit,
Like how the Jazz, they said the Jazz did that to the Bulls back in the day when Chicago was there, and that's how
laxatives and
Jordan, yeah,
shit. Like,
like Jordan was all sick and everything like that in that game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, they said that it was bad pizza or whatever that they ordered that they knew was for them, and they sabotaged it. No real proof. No one ever said that for sure, but that's the allure of that particular situation. But yeah, man, like that's why I said maybe 6 because I don't know because San Antonio does have the home court.
Mhm.
Like if they was down like a 3-1 going back to San Antonio, back against the wall, I think they win. You know what I mean? Like that because they did that just this last series. These last 2 games, they back was against the wall and they won both of them. You know, they won in San Antonio and then they came into OKC and won Game 7. So I could see them back against the wall, Game 5, 3-1. We're not going to let these motherfuckers celebrate on our court and win. But then Game 6 comes and it's over. You know what I mean? We can't let it get past 6. Period.
No. No, I'm not
We
letting
cannot
them.
let that happen. We cannot let that happen.
I don't want them to get past 5, bro.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I mean, at least we know Game 6 is in the Garden.
Yeah.
It's in the Garden. Word up. So, anything else to add to the NBA or whatever it is that's going on?
Nah, dog. I mean, shout outs to Shea. I'd get rid of Chet. If there's anything else, I really don't.
No,
I
I think that's it.
I think that's about it, man.
Yeah, man. Let's get into the baseball report.
All right, cool. Let's get into it.
To take me to New York, New York, take
Oh,
me.
you wanna do that?
Wow, that's our drop.
This one?
Yes.
There
Oh,
you go.
remix.
All
You
right.
already.
Let's get into this baseball report.
Word. Like,
Where do you want to
word.
start? You want to start with Yankees or you want to start with Mets?
We could do the Yankees, man. We still killing shit. Oh, where's the standings? I was trying to look at the standings. My bad. There we go. Oh, game
Is
and a
he
half
back?
behind Tampa.
Is
Game
Garrett
and a
Cole
half.
back?
He is.
All right,
He
Garrett
is.
Cole's back.
And
All right, bomb.
Garrett Cole is back, and he is looking even maybe more dominant than what he was before the Tommy John surgery, which, you did hear a lot about that. After the Tommy John surgery, a lot of pitchers come back stronger. You know what I mean? But I mean, the dude was already throwing 97. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we are a game and a half behind the Rays, but it's funny how baseball works. Like and why they say it's such a long season, but like, every game counts and whatnot. And we just played Tampa, even though one of the games got rained out, and that's gonna I think actually won't even be made up until like September or something like that. But we split, and then we wind up sweeping the Royals. We play in the Athletics. We lost to them last night, but won the game before. So now we're playing them today at 4 o'clock to try to take the series. But going into when we played Tampa, when we was playing Tampa, they swept us early in the season. You know what I mean? And that's where it was. But on this same 4-game winning streak that we just went, where we swept Kansas City and then won one in Oakland, they won in a 4-game losing streak at the same time. You know what I mean? So like we was down, 5 games and more than that in the loss column. Now it's only 3 in the loss column, and we're down a game and a half. And obviously we still have to make up one with this. So that's one game that's going to be floating in the air, but it's going to be between us and Tampa all season. And now that we got Cole back, we know the big Schlitt is killing shit still, and we'll just be waiting for Max Fried, and that 3-headed
That
monster.
little Schlittler.
Yeah, the little Schlittler. That, that three-headed monster of starting pitches is what's going to carry us for the season. You know what I mean? And it's a long season. Like we know it's 162 games, and where we at right now? What's it at? 35 and 23. So we have 58 games. So we still have 105 games left or something like that. You know what I mean? So like we're only about a third of the season away, a third into the season, and I don't even see us not finishing winning the division. You know what I mean? I see what they're doing. I understand that, but I don't think we're not in first place in the East by when it's all said and done. I'm not saying the Rays is not going to make the playoffs as well, but I'm just saying I feel like that, things will correct themselves and we'll be there. I mean, we have some questions in some of the lineups and whatnot. I think we need to see more of like certain players like Jason Dominguez. I don't think we're gonna see Spencer Jones come back. You know what I mean? There's somebody I was rooting for, obviously because of the Jones name and whatnot. Like obviously, why would I? I already got a Daniel Jones jersey, so why would I not want to get a Spencer Jones jersey as well? But I don't think he's just ready. He strikes out too much, and that's why they sent him back down. Even though he did have one big hit for us in the game that actually gave us a victory. But the Jason Dominguez, I'm pretty sure Stanton is going to come back soon. Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, really hot right now. Probably our best hitters right now, aside from Aaron Judge, and of course like Ben Rice, who is, I mean, him and Judge, they both have 17 home runs already. You know what I mean? So they're already putting up these MVP type numbers already. Oh, we got Kush. Oh, Kush gotta have to call back later. But
Yo, Kush, if you're listening right now, why don't you call me?
Yeah,
that would be nice. Okay.
Yeah. Call Ant for the show if you're trying to lock in with us right now. But yeah, man, we haven't even like, and the crazy part about it is with these little injuries and things like that and setbacks and everything, we haven't had our best team out there just yet, but we're still 35 and 23, 12 games above 500. Only behind Tampa for the best record in the American League. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's going to be a battle between us. Cleveland 34 and 26. Chicago 31 and 27. That's the top in the Central. And Mariners 30 and 29, one game above 500, leading the West. Oakland 28 and 30. And Oakland, actually, we're playing Oakland right now, but they got some young talent on their team. That's a team that that you should not sleep on as we go through the season. That Nick Kurtz, I believe he was rookie of the year last year. He is somebody that is going to be good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's man, it's depending on where your fandom is right now. It's depending on where your fandom is right now in New York. You know what I mean? Like if you're a Yankee, I was just saying all of us as Knicks fans. But if like you're a Yankee fan during this time that you've been waiting for the Knicks to play, it's like it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Because you're like your team is doing pretty good. But if you're a Mets fan waiting this time for the Knicks to play, you've probably been running a lot of errands for your wife and shit. You know what I mean? Because it's not been the same. Let's check the Mets right now. Oh man, Mets in last place. 25 and 33. 14 and a half behind Atlanta. And Atlanta's 40 and 19. That's the best record in baseball.
Let me I love your narration. 14 games against the number one in the NL Atlanta Braves right now.
14.
Yes, unfortunately, it's called perspective. So when you sit there and say 14 games behind the Atlanta Braves without bringing up that they're the best team in the NL, and also that we are in last place in the NL East, but not the worst team in the NL, and then also not the worst team in the league anymore. So I am not that pissed off.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because you still have Colorado and San Fran. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know what I mean? Bring that positive energy right back in there, buddy. I like it.
Yeah, word.
I like it. I like it.
Kush.
Yo,
Yo.
damn, my fault.
No, you're good. You're
What
good.
up?
Can everyone hear Kush right now?
I
Can
can
you hear
hear
Kush?
Kush. I can hear Kush.
All right.
Kush, can you hear me?
Kush, can you hear him?
No, but I can hear you.
Oh, that's lame. That is so lame. All right.
We tried.
Yeah, we did
That's
try.
all right.
Is there a link?
Yeah, I can send you a link. Let me send you a link. I got you right now.
Yeah, send me a link and I'll try to hit it back. You guys continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate you. Well, you know what? We've been trying to get somebody to call in to see if it was working anyway, so at least we know where we at with that, and something we got to work on, you know. But appreciate you checking in for us, Kush. But like, yeah, actually might sweep the Marlins right now, which will be a good look, you know. And you'll actually probably flip them, you know, because they have y'all both got 33 losses. They got 26 wins. You got 25. So if y'all win today, complete the sweep, they'll be in last. You'll move one up. You know what I mean? So again, the season is long, bro. Pause. The season is long. But if the Mets have any hope in trying to come back or anything like that, like you gotta win the games that you're supposed to win. You know what I mean? You're against your Floridas, against your Colorados, your I can't even say Cincinnati, even though they in last place. The whole NL Central is above 500 right now, so that's gonna be a tight one to look at through the whole thing. But you know, your Giants, your Rockies, your Marlins, your Nationals, your Red Sox, Orioles, Tigers, Royals, Angels.
We are 5 games against the second place Phillies. We are 4.5 games behind the Nationals, and we are half a game behind the Marlins.
Yeah.
We're okay. For everything circumstantially where we are with 100 games less, I think the Mets are completely okay. If they pulled it together right now, I think that we would have a decent season. I would look back at this begrudgingly and go, what the hell happened? But also you can look at it in perspective and go, all right, you know, like a change of hands. You know what I mean? Like you could sit there and say, you know, a little bit of adjustment culture wise.
Is he joining? Oh, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. You're live.
You're live. Welcome, Kush.
Yo, glad to be back.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Appreciate you. Facts, man. Facts.
Shout out to the Jones Hour. Shout out to Antacid.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Antacid Trips.
And shout out to Kush Talk Radio.
It's the summer. It's time to start taking some trips.
Oh yes.
Very
Acid
true.
is optional, but the trip is guaranteed.
It's Kush, you already know.
I'm on fire.
It's Kush,
you already know.
Yeah, man. It never left. You know what I mean? We had it here waiting for you just in case.
You know
what I mean? You guys, Mets Yankees?
Yes, we are talking about Mets Yankees.
You mean you're talking about just Yankees?
Yeah,
something like that.
Do you have anything to say about the Mets right now?
You should.
Shitty. It's the most disappointing thing. Any other company in the world that spends the least amount of output would fail. Would it be chopped up into a billion pieces?
Yeah, man. It's been a hard it's been a hard pill to swallow for you guys, man.
Yo,
I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking
he went
about tomorrow.
Eminem with it.
Yeah, tomorrow's about to be June 1st, and it's almost like season over already. You know what I mean? I mean, the only thing that you guys can hold on to for like hope and shit like that is like like last year up until this point, you were like the best team in baseball. You know what I mean? And then, things kind of like fell off the rails and whatnot. But with that being said, you could also now be the best team in baseball from this point moving forward. You know what I mean? Like if you sweep Florida, you could go back to this very moment and be like, oh, that last series in May when we swept Florida and then just started spanking people. You know what I mean? After that, could be what happens. I mean, I think that's what.
Well,
I mean,
I think,
hope is,
not to
you know
cut
what I
you off.
mean? I don't know if it's
That's
realistic or
fair.
not, but it's hope.
No, that's fair. That's fair because that is the point that we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, if you just to backtrack a little bit, it's based on our salary and payroll, what we did in the past few years, and the changes that was sold to us. We should not be hoping anymore.
Word.
Why are we still here? Why are we still waiting? Now it's back to the miracle match. We should not be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We should be one of the top teams. We should be aligned with the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Mets. That should be
Mm-hmm.
top 3 in the league.
Yeah, especially with the
Based
money
on
I
what you
spent.
sold, based on the
Mm-hmm.
amount of money you spend, and based positionally on what we thought was it's all Stearns, man, and
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Stearns
it's all
is a
Stearns,
big
man.
problem because also that, man. I mean, like coming into the season, you knew your biggest problem was starting pitching. Like hands down clear, starting pitching was where you were struggling at. And
Mhm.
all of it was let's try Clay Holmes. Let's try this person. Let's, you sign Peralta. Like it wasn't a big move. I mean, the guy, he can't even go past 5 innings. You know what I mean? Like you just went through it the other day against Florida. Yeah, I was up 4-0. He pitched the game. It was 6-2. He couldn't even. You're up 6-2. You're supposed to take that. You're supposed to take that to the 7th or 8th inning and then hand it over and game over. You know what I mean? You couldn't even do that, and now you was forced to use 5 other pitches. You know what I mean? After being up 6-2. You know what I mean? Now, granted they tied it, but yeah, still came up with the victory. But I mean, you gotta try to do yourself favors
Yeah,
in the moment when you have that. You know what I mean?
right.
You
So
can't fumble that part. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, I just need to like it's just so hard because I would love to go through specifics, like how you go through specifics and details with the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Oh, they could do this better. Like it doesn't even matter. The little
yeah.
things doesn't even matter. This is and the
Mm-hmm.
thing that just like that's like you stab us with the knife, but now you start twisting it. Like that part about it
Mm,
is you made all these changes and you see where we are now, and you got rid of all the fan favorites. You gave us not one little grace of happiness for
mm,
anything.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got rid of the Mets all time. You know what I mean? Like these are people that wanted to return,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but we
Yep.
we screwed them over. And now it's like, look what Nemo's doing. If you want to pull up Nemo's numbers,
No, you're
I'll
right.
tell you we could be using him right now because we have the
Yeah.
offense.
Where's he
You know
on?
what I mean?
Texas, right?
You
On
could
Texas?
He's on
ask
Texas with
Jones.
DeGrom.
You
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
you
that
could
right now.
ask Jones.
Yeah,
That's
look
the
at his
one
stats.
person that I'm
And you
disappointed
tell
about.
me if we can't be using him right now. Alonso's not even doing great, but he still got better numbers
Nah,
than like
I
three
listen.
quarters of our lineup.
I view a lot of our culture in general, like us, the shift of culture is us missing Nemo. You know what I mean? Like us not having Nemo completely changed everything.
It's
You
a
know?
whole systemic failure that
Yeah, but
I just
also
don't
you're talking about
understand how
you're
we
talking
got
about
here.
but you're
I
talking
mean,
about
all I can
10
say
year,
is it
10 year
seems
up
like
to
Stearns bamboozled the owner, and
yeah.
he got him. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a mutual thing with the owner as well. You know what I mean? Because it seems like he even though it was an investment for him and I mean, I'm sorry. Even though it was like he's a fan of the Mets that he's put it out there and always wanted to do this or something like that. But I mean, you got to know that he is a businessman and it's still an investment. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now that it's gone kind of off the rails the way it has, you know what I mean? You kind of see him focusing more on the casino than it is on what you could do to make the Mets better. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
And then Stearns, like I get it, man. You come from Milwaukee, you have the small ball thing, you're able to, put a winner out there with little that you got, but that's not the same no more. You know what I mean?
I gotta say this, Jones.
Real quick though.
Did he even really do anything in Milwaukee? Look at Milwaukee without him.
Yeah,
they're the
even
fucking
better
same.
now.
Yeah, they're like the same or better.
Wisdom commented.
Like, was it really him in Milwaukee?
Wisdom
Or
commented
was it like the
the
structure
Dodgers
of like Milwaukee definitely, and they haven't won anything big in like ever or a long time, or whatever. They're still a more stable franchise from what it seems than the Mets, which is unbelievable.
Milwaukee's in first place.
There you go. There you go.
The Dodgers, slow down, Kush. That's what Rob said. Shout out wisdom. But we here, man. Yankees is here, man. You know what I mean? I can't be too mad.
If it wasn't for the Knicks, I'll be on suicide watch.
Yeah, no. Your wife would have to take all your shoelaces out of your sneakers and hide your belts and shit like that.
I can't wear no hoodies.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear no hoodies or sweatpants.
No strings. No, nothing, nigga. Like, why are your pants is falling? Yo, don't ask me no questions. You know what I mean?
All soft rooms.
Or padded rooms and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
all
man.
right.
But it's early, man.
It's
early, but it's
getting.
It's early, but it's getting late fast, man. So hopefully, like how I said, you guys could, there was a point when we got to this point in the season last year where at this point you were going into it the best team in baseball, and then you finished from this point to the end of the season as like one of the worst teams in baseball. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing about baseball. It's so long. You go through these things. We've seen this a couple of years ago with the Yankees where they've started like 50-20 in their first 70 games. You know what I mean? And then July and August hit and they lost like a bunch of games.
Completely,
you know what I mean?
The fuck up. Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that crazy start in the beginning, they probably wouldn't have even made the playoffs. You know what I mean? But because the start was so crazy, even that mid-season fall off that they had, it didn't really affect them too much. You know what I mean? Maybe in their psyche, you know what I mean? But they had enough cushion exactly to fall back on, where it's like, all right, we could go through this, but we're still gonna be all right. Judge had gotten hurt. I think that's when he ran and hit his toe in the wall against the Dodgers, I believe that was. And or the Cubs, and that's it. But hopefully that happens. But it's only one game at a time, bro. You can't look too far ahead. You can't do something else or not. You know what I mean? You just gotta.
What a time to go into the lockout.
Word. Not only that, proposed. In other news in baseball, proposed salary cap. I think it's needed. I think it's ridiculous that.
Now I want it.
I think it's always been. I mean, no other sport is like that. Baseball is the only one that doesn't have a salary cap. You know what I mean?
Baseball's weird, man.
And it makes it an even keel. You know what I mean? Like football's cap is hard and everything like that, but also football has the biggest winning diversity every year. Every year you have at least 3 or 4 teams that made the playoffs, and then the following year they didn't make the playoffs, and 3 and 4 other new teams made the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like it's always rotating. Look at what the NFC East right now, I think we had like Eagles as back-to-back champions, but before that we went on like 12 years in a row that a different team won the East every year. You know what I mean? That nobody went back-to-back. So like you need that type of like
transparency.
Yeah. Like you need that just to give fans hope, give your team hope. You know what I mean? Like you're not even giving them that,
Yeah.
Teams are staying shitty. The Florida Marlins has been shitty for mad long. The Colorado Rockies has been shitty for mad. The Angels, fucking Mike Trout has been there his whole career. They've been shitty like the whole time, dog. He might have made the playoffs one time in one of those MVP
I was
years.
gonna say, I don't think he's reached any substantial point.
The nigga has crazy numbers, but his numbers in the playoffs is probably like 8 at bats. You know what I mean? Like you got MVP numbers, but you in the playoffs you
Yeah.
have like eight at bats total,
Yeah.
and
Unfortunately,
you're like 1 for 7 with a walk and
right.
3 Ks or some
Right.
shit. You know what I mean? But you got a
Right.
home run. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like, bro,
I do. Unfortunately, Mike Trout's biggest career stats are probably like in like the world fucking baseball classic
baseball
and shit.
classic, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, like, you know, they paid him his money. He wanted to stay there. You know what I mean? But because it's so hard, you've not been able to do it. Look at the teams like Oakland, like Milwaukee, like Tampa that have these type of players. They come into their system. They're able to get them on the cheap. But as soon as the contract is up, they're not staying. You know what I mean? Because these teams can't afford to keep them. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't really blame teams like the Yankees or the Mets or the Dodgers because of the shared revenue that's there. You know, a lot of their money that they make is given to other teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
With the revenue sharing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I said. The shared revenue.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, everybody owns a Yankee hat or a Mets jersey or whatever it is, but a couple of cents or whatever it is on that purchase went to the Washington Nationals, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? It went to fucking the Minnesota Twins, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? And that's what they have agreed on and shit like that. So that's why it's like you can't be mad at a team like the Mets or the Dodgers or the Yankees for spending the way they spend. But now it at least makes it they're looking at a $225 million hard cap. Like the Mets payroll right now is like $300 million. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, which it's I'm telling you, bro. Like,
and then to give another team like Minnesota or Oakland or Tampa a cap that high to bring players in or to even keep some of the players that they have, some of the fan favorites that they have that are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
I mean,
you're going to be able to build this type of like long-term guy. You know what I mean? There is like, not to cut you off, Kush, but
no,
you know, you have
good.
these players like a David Wright in the Mets that is a fan favorite and has the allure of the Mets, fucking Captain America, whatever it is. Tampa don't got that. The Oakland Athletics don't got that. You know what I mean? Yes.
I just want to do like a quick comparison to switch sports a little bit. The Cleveland Cavaliers, we just whooped them up, got them out. They have the highest payroll, I believe, in the NBA.
Yeah.
They fucking made it to their conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
What are we having to show for it? Like, that's my hope. Like, we're hoping on a miracle run.
Yeah.
With one of the biggest pay, like this, it just doesn't make sense. It's
Yeah,
like so there's
it's like
all the
APAC
shit's coming out, about the leadership, right? It has to be that Lindor is probably not that man, or maybe his confidence got pushed over when Soto came in, and maybe I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it just does not make sense for us to be like this. How the fuck last year we're over here whipping out the rookies at the end of the year because we needed to try to save face.
Mm-hmm.
We did
Now
this
you
shit
bring him
in
in right
May.
now. Yeah.
We did it in May though. We did it like a few weeks after the season. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Tom
this
played.
Crazy.
What's the other cat?
We got Carson Benz.
Carson
we got
Benz,
Ewing.
Yeah. AJ Ewing, AJ Ewing.
Yeah. I think we brought back up Jonah Tong for a little bit. Like
Jonah Tong. I just said that. He just pitched the other day.
Yeah, sorry. I am outside. I'm sorry.
I like that kid.
But yes. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. This is Can we talk about something else?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Actually, sports talk over. We're gonna get into we might have some new rap beef right now.
Really?
We might have some new rap beef. Yeah, as you know, the Roots they do a picnic yearly in Philly, PA area. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And Jay-Z was the main headliner this year to perform at this. During his set, or I actually didn't see the entire concert, so I can't tell you at what point in the set was this, whether it's the beginning, middle, or end. Okay. But Jay-Z came out. Jay-Z dropped a freestyle. Jay-Z setting shots. You know what I mean? We got shots at Drake.
Oh.
We got shots at Dame Dash. We got shots at Kanye West. We got shots at Nicki Minaj. We got shots at Jazz O. You know what I mean? Jazz O, like, nigga don't even do nothing no more. He's like, fuck you too, nigga. You know what I mean?
Is this his way
Oskino.
of getting musically relevant?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Maybe he is. Or maybe,
I mean,
this.
oldest thing in the book, ain't it?
Yeah, right?
Start dissing
And this is
everybody.
yeah, and
Yeah.
this is right after, like, he literally is quoted for like hating beefs.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, word. Like, he just did an interview.
When he commented, he got interviewed and he
Do you
was
guys have
asked
some
about
of the
the Kendrick
shots
beef and
quoted?
shit. What?
Some of the shots quoted, no, he was like, well, he said something about Drake, like, your contract says, what did I say?
Because I didn't hear
in
it, so I'm just
perpetuity.
curious, so.
In perpetuity, yeah. Say in contract says in perpetuity. So because there's a lot of talk how how Drake just dropped these 3 albums, like he finished his deal where he could get out. You know what I mean? But if it's a lifetime deal, we all know in perpetuity means forever. So it's like, how are you out of your deal if your deal is forever? You know what I mean? Maybe there's language in this deal that we don't, understand where it makes a difference or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's publishing, but yeah,
Interesting.
they own Drake's publishing.
Was the freestyle at least fire?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean,
Okay.
it was a acapella shit. It was not to a beat. It was like, it's like he ended it like you don't know, he was saying, and then you know how he said he got the song You Don't Know and shit
Yes.
like that. So it's like it kind of like branched into that. That's why I said I don't know if it was in the beginning or the middle of the performance that he was doing, where he just was like, yo, hold on, let me address this shit. All right, back to the fucking regular scheduled program. You know, Jay-Z is known for this type of shit. We've seen him do this before in his career. You know what I mean? But I'm all for hip hop beef. You know what I mean? As much as I love certain people and everything like that, I love the competitive nature of it. You know what I mean? As long as people don't get killed and shit. We don't need no Tupac and Biggie and shit. But when it's like this, I fucks with it. I fucks with it. You know what I mean? And we haven't seen, Nas has been the one that's been outside. You know what I mean? Nas dropped 6 albums in 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Jay-Z hasn't even, he dropped like 1 verse on those. You know what I mean? And throughout this entire time. So now to see Jay-Z possibly with the thought process of maybe dropping new music or doing something like that. You know what I mean? As much as I won't consider myself like a OD Jay-Z fan. You know what I mean? I still, respect his skills though. You know what I mean? I still value his music. I'm not going to sit here and say, just because he's not in my top 5 that I don't like fucking Jay-Z songs or that I don't fucking know certain songs word for word and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's not like that.
I look at it like we're long overdue for a Jay album.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
The last one that we had was, I think, almost kind of picked apart over the juicing on Tidal. I think that Tidal kind of messed up that release.
He needed something.
We totally, I mean, that was its own, you guys remember that whole press wheel of like basically him buying, it was like millions of dollars of like
Is Antacid's mic muted? I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me? Now it's the opposite? All right, well, I'm gonna keep going anyway. Can you hear me, Jones?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, so you continue. If he can hear you, then
all right.
it's probably
Listen, I look at it like the album's long overdue. 444 was kind of, the release itself was kind of fucked up over it being on Tidal and him being accused of buying the album like a million times or whatever. I look at it like, hey man, like we need that right now. Like, as much as it sounds, I think, like, especially with him being dragged into the whole Puffy thing and him and his name being involved with all this like bullshit, like you kind of need to set people straight. You know what I mean? Like, let's hear what Jay-Z got to say.
Word.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I'm anticipating to hear what he got to say, and I think so is everybody else. You know what I mean? When you think about it, I think so. Excuse me. I think so is everybody else because, I mean, this is Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you feel about him as a rapper or an artist or whatever, I mean, we're still talking about in many people's eyes, one of the greatest, one of the greats. You know what I mean? One of the top 5 greatest. Not my personal belief, but again, not saying that he's not though. You know what I
So
mean?
I'm not gonna take if listen, I
It's
respect
my, you know,
anyone that
my
has that
yeah, my
opinion.
my fandom is different. You know what I mean? Like he's not my
At this
top
point,
5 favorites, but I'm
at
not gonna
this
say what
listen,
he's done for hip hop and rap in general. You know, needs to at
no,
least be commended. You know what I mean?
100%. But like if you said that Jay-Z was your favorite rapper, I would respect the shit out of that. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like I am not gonna shit on you, especially now where we are. Like we're so removed from Jay-Z being the guy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To
yeah,
sit there and be passionately like, yo, no, that's my goat. I respect
yeah.
it. I respect that. You
Yeah,
know?
this whole generation got fucking Drake, Kendrick, and Travis Scott as the fucking best 3 rappers ever to live with
Y-
Future
Yep.
and shit. Like guys, like what? Like that's what they're saying right now.
Yeah.
That's why I be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Travis, really? Travis Scott?
No, I'm not saying what I feel. I'm just talking about this is what a lot of people say.
I know, but that's come on now.
All
I'm
right,
not saying
dog.
he's bad or anything.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Yo, Kush, don't beat me up. Wemby. Oh, we got a comment on YouTube. Wemby. Oh, Eminem, definitely. You see, that Eminem is more my top 5. You know what I mean with Nas, but I mean, but fuck it, man. Jay-Z. We see maybe we'll get another freestyle. Maybe we'll get a freestyle to fucking music this time to a beat or some shit. You
Dog,
know what I mean?
listen,
Get in the fucking studio. You know what I mean?
if Beans could still record music, if I can like I'm more excited that they were on stage together.
Yeah, facts too.
You know what I
After all
mean?
the
Like
beef and all of
as
that
a
other shit,
yeah,
I
as a
think
fan of this, I think that
mhm.
out of Jay-Z's everything, out of all of his music, out of all of his projects, all of his side stuff, all the artists he's ever had, I think Beanie Siegel might be, if you're talking about quote unquote rapper, I think Beanie Siegel was his best rapper that he
Facts.
had signed to him. You
Oh yeah,
know, and
definitely.
I look at it
Without a doubt.
like, yeah, like that was a big L that they took when they lost their connection with each other. And you know, now that they're together and the beef is squashed and they're performing together, dog, I would love to see more music.
Right. Yeah, well, time will tell. I just wanted to put it out there. It dropped yesterday for anybody that want to pay attention to. You could
Right.
Google it or look it up on YouTube. Jay-Z Roots Picnic Freestyle, and it's gonna show you it right there. It's about 2 minutes long. So, and all of those people that I said, they all got a shot. So it's not like he was bullshitting any of it. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I guess yeah, man, some shit we got to talk about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Business
Right.
got to get addressed. So we'll see if people reply back. You know, fucking Nicki Minaj was talking mad stupid shit, like fucking, you know what I mean? And even her, she caught the shot. So let's see if anybody actually, responds back or has the balls to try to respond back.
Yeah,
it's one thing to
I
talk
could.
shit online, and it's another thing to actually try to say I'm gonna go bar for bar for you. That's
Yeah,
two
no,
different things, nigga. You
out
know
of
what I
all
mean?
the whole mix of people, I could see her being the one. You know, like
Mhm.
we haven't talked about her in a while. But she's been on some shit. I'm not even gonna say anything. You don't want the barbs after you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, please, what happened, nigga? I'm from Queens, nigga. You ain't telling me nothing. Nicki Minaj. We went to fucking junior high school together. Don't act like you don't know. Even though I didn't even know you then, but still.
Shout out to Elizabeth Blackwell 210.
Word. More fire.
More
All
fire.
right. But I think that's the show for the week, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Got a lot of love on the IG this week. A lot of love, you know what I mean?
Shout outs to Kush. Thank you for joining us, bro.
Yes.
It's good, you already know.
And
Yeah,
I
like
think
20,
that's another
20 comments on the IG. I like it, man.
Just some closing comments for me. I'm sorry, and if you're talking, I can't hear you, so just let me know if
go
I'm cutting
for it.
them off.
Go ahead, man. Say what you gotta say, real quick.
Yeah, no, yo, hopefully y'all all saw Wemby crying last night.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got all that shit out, and hopefully he thinks he just won the chip. Because guess what? For us, the work ain't done, baby.
Job not done.
Let's go.
That's a big fact.
Let's
Big
go.
vibes. Game 1 Wednesday, game 2 Friday. Next week, hopefully, we'll be talking like we're 2-0 on Sunday, previewing the game 3 on Monday in the Garden, June 8th.
Word up.
Facts. Word up.
Bro, man.
All right.
All right.
Everyone-
Yo, Kush, appreciate you tapping in. It's been a pleasure. It's been a while, so hopefully, we'll be able to, get some more of this moving into the forward and fix some of the audio. And Acid, my brother, love you, bro. Be safe, man. I see you Friday on location for game 2. At the bar, by the bar.
All right, bet.
And everybody else, man, let's fucking go Knicks. Whether
All
you're
right.
Mets or Yankees or whatever it is, man, let's fucking go Knicks, baby. We got it, man. We here. Jones hour, man. The fuck time it is, nigga. 2-2-2, niggas. 2-2 Twizzy.
It's cause you already know.
What? All right, bro. Later, everybody.
Later, bro.
And cue that outro, baby.